Hey there, happy Wednesday to you. Hope part of the week's been going well. I know for myself, I mentioned last time on the video that I kind of hurt my shoulder on Saturday. Doing better, got a better range of motion than what I did. And on Monday, I went and did a light little workout just to see what I could do. I wasn't pushing, I just did basically the range of motion, so I can't do it. It's like, okay, pretty good. So I actually trained yesterday, like my full workout, no pain. So I was very surprised about that and very happy. But I'm going through doing little ranges of motion exercise throughout the day to help improve and recover it. So, doing better. Sweet. New here. My name is David. Talk about it for those. I'll help you create your plan for your health and freedom by working on through personal growth by working on your body, mind, and spirit. And this is even if you've had little to no success before. One of the reasons for that is we're going to make sure you're going to pick the things you want to work on and they're going to fit into your life. Therefore, you're more likely to have success with it. So, talk about body, mind, and spirit. So, today's topic is it good to sit with your thoughts? Now, it might seem like it's mine, but actually this covers under spirituality, more specifically personal spirituality. Personal spirituality is the connection to yourself. Excuse me. So, if you're out about watching somewhere, people sit down in the parks like that there, look at them. People are always busy. They're trying to work. They're on their phone. They're on devices. There's always that need for distraction. Just look around you. What about yourself? Are you able to just sit and chill for with nothing going on? Or do you have to constantly look at your phone? Do you need the music on? Are you able to sit there and just chill? So there was a study done. I couldn't find out on the date with this one here. It was back in Virginia, University of Virginia. The task for these people was to sit 15 minutes. There's no device, nothing in this room, just 15 minutes. There was a device that can give them electrical shock. They were given one electrical shock. And after that first one, several people said they paid to get out of it. But all they had to do was just sit there for 15 minutes. That's it. And yet, several of these people was about a quarter of the women and 60% of the men that were in this gave themselves at least one more electrical shock during the time frame. And a couple of them even gave themselves several of them because they couldn't sit there and just be with their thoughts for a while. Kind of interesting. But they have to pay to get out the electrical shock, but then in turn, they gave it to themselves. Interesting. So sometimes it's because where the thoughts take you. Working comes in, doubt, fear, and you've heard me talk about this before, is we get on that spiral, that roller coaster. We can start thinking one negative thought, and then if we choose to, we still hang on to it. We're going to keep catching that. We might repeat the same thought over and over again, or we'll make it worse and worse and worse, and we start going down that negative spiral. One of the things are just thoughts. You can focus in on them, or you can let them go. So that's part of it. Now, does it always take some practice? Absolutely, doesn't always necessarily easy to do the first time around. And another part of sometimes being alone with the thoughts is sometimes we don't even know who we are. We've gotten so wrapped up in life and what others want to us, the thoughts with theirs, like, okay, who's this person? Who's doing the thinking here? Where are these thoughts coming from? Where the thoughts coming from, that's a whole other topic. But I think you kind of get the idea of what's going on there. But to spend time with your thoughts, to be involved. Sometimes I'm surprised. I said, you need to drive the radio off. Like, oh, hell no. And I'd love to have conversations with people. It goes, what's the reason you choose not to sit alone with your thoughts? What comes up? And it's probably an indication, hey, you got something you need to work on. Or I should say, I don't want to say need, it'd be in your best interest to work on. When you do spend time alone with your thoughts, get this connection to yourself, get that quiet time, gives you a chance to do some problem solving, which maybe problem solving gets more creativity. We've talked about that before. You can find a little bit of purpose for yourself. Here's what I need to do. You can reach understandings. Might understand what you like and what you don't like. Playtime allows you to use which is just like imagination with creativity. Playtime. Do some daydreaming. Have some fun with it. There can be some epiphanies that come up. It's like hell signs like, oh, I get that. New paths. You might find some directions you want to go into. And I think part of that ultimately is sometimes you just simply get a chance to know yourself. Now, I know when I was in high school, I had my new stereo taken out for repair. So I was going stir crazy. I don't know if it was high school or college. So I take the old radio and shove it in there so I had something to listen to. As I grew older, I said, no, there's got to be a reason for it. There's got to be a reason to always need the sound. So I'm at the point where I'm in Northern California and taking the 8-hour drive plus down to pulling the trailer sometimes down to Bakersfield. 8 hours, no music, no nothing, just thinking. Now, again, when I first started that, I couldn't do that. I chose not to do it, but I've learned so much benefits from it. So if you're going to do this, which I strongly suggest to you, start spending time by yourself. It's going to take some practice. Start slow. A lot of times, one place to do is if you're driving around, turn off the music. Some people stop and music's playing right away. Turn it off. Give it a chance to think. Because especially if you're going to sit there and you're looking for like an address or something, you're going to turn the music off to help you focus and concentrate. Why don't you do that all the time? Be curious. Whatever thoughts come up, just be curious. And I wonder where that thought's coming from. I wonder where it's going. I wonder what's going to happen. Be curious about your thoughts. If you need to, journal the thoughts out. So at least it's out from your head. It's actually on the paper. So go ahead and journal. Sit there and be out in nature. And with kind of being in nature, or even in your office or wherever, just can you sense what's around you? Use all your senses to perceive what's around you. It's a great one to do in nature. Meditation, of course, that's a quiet one. Great one to do. And if you need to, even think of some good things you want to think, some pleasant things. Make a list. Make a list right down in front of you, and then you can sit there and quiet. It's like, okay, I want to think about the picture I'm going to take. Okay. I want to think about the last date I went on. So whatever it's going to be, you might have the list so that way you can have a focus of what you want to be on. Overall, it's a great way to, just a great way too. Simply as that there. It's a wonderful practice to get into with a lot of benefits from, even though for many people it's going to be challenging to start off with, but ultimately it pays off and you get the more connection of who you are, working on your personal spirituality. To get you started, if you want to, in the description, find a link to my Facebook group, and in there is 5 minutes of quiet time. Good place to start off with. We're cumulative 5 minutes throughout the day to give you some quiet time practice. But anyway, that's why let me know your thoughts on that. What is it when you get your quiet time? Do you like to enjoy thoughts? All right, I will catch you on Friday, so take care and balancing to you.